Hi guys, so we're going to talk a lot about rolling out the lower legs today. So if you can roll up your pants, that will be the best, just so you can expose from the knee down. I have two different size yoga tune-up balls here. This is the original and this is the plus ball. So depending on how you feel, one might feel better than the other. I'm going to start off with this guy for our first one. So we're going to get into the front of the shin right here. So this is called your anterior tib. So what you're going to do is you're going to be rolling with one ball on either side of your tibia into these muscles here. So what does that look like? You're going to come onto your hands and knees, and you're going to start up at your knee. You're going to start with just rolling forward and back, forward and back. You might stop at your knee for a second and bend and flex here. You might roll all the way down to your ankle and just rest there, sit in here. A couple different things you can do, and these do eat mats, so be careful. You can just hold. So sit in a kneeling position and just breathe here. It might also feel nice to kind of rock back and rock forward. Depending on where you're on in the muscle, it's going to feel different. And then you can go back to rolling. Forward and back, forward and back. Another really great thing to do is to say right here is a tender spot for me. I'm going to cross one leg on top of the other. I'm going to spin. It's really intense, but it feels really good. So I have a good amount of weight in my hands here, but I'm also crossing my legs directly on top of one another. So you're going to do that on both sides, and I'll show you with the smaller ball too. Still fits depending on just the size of your muscles. One might feel better than the other. They both feel really good for me, so it's really a personal preference here. So again, you can get into the knee, you can get down to the ankle. The ankle one's one where I really like to get right on the ankle joint and then rock a little bit back. Just stretches out the front of the ankle joint and some of the structures around there. So I'm fully weighted on my left side, I'm just lifting this knee up and down. So that is the front of your shin. Now we're going to do the back. So this one requires some maneuvering. I really like to use a block to make it a little bit more comfortable. So same thing, you can keep both balls in the tote and just place your leg right on top of the block. You're going to roll up and back. Right now, to get a little bit more pressure, I'm lifting up off my bum with my hands. You might also find that tender spot, hold here, and then return your bum to the ground as you windshield wipe your foot side to side. If you feel kind of little bumps and whatnot, that's okay. Those are just your muscles moving around each other. Another fun thing to do is cross one leg over the other. It might just feel really good just to lounge like this. You might also want to lift and roll up and down again, but it's going to be a little bit more intense because you have more weight going through the ball. Don't forget about these muscles up through here, getting kind of right up to the knee joint. You don't want to go under the knee joint, but right to that bulk of the calf there. You can also roll sideways, getting more into the outer calf, or roll inside, getting into your inner calf there. There's really no right or wrong way. You just want to explore where your body is feeling today, where you might feel tenderness, tension, things like that. These muscles can get a lot of work when we're wearing our boots all the time, so it can feel really nice to get into them. So last thing to kind of round this out is going to be your foot. So you're going to take a ball out, doesn't matter what size, and you're going to place your foot right over the ball. You can do this in standing, or you can do it right here. We're just going to roll forward and back over the ball. Sometimes if your feet are really tender, you might want to start in half kneeling like this so that you can put less pressure. As you stand, you put more and more pressure in. So another thing you can do here is put your heel down and just press into the ball, a little windshield wiper. Find a spot, press all your weight into the ball. Same thing, going through all those tender spots and just pressing into the ball. You might squish it a little bit, that's totally fine. This is your plantar fascia. It really likes movement, and being stuck in boots can sometimes be tough for it. So go to town here, doing both feet will feel really nice for your lower legs. So that is the front of the legs, your anterior tib, front of your ankle, your calf muscles, and the bottom of your foot. Give it a roll.